known as ISIS, ISIS. In addition to being multinational, she's multicultural, multilingual, and yes, multi-talented. She comes to our stage right now with her latest musical project, and it's called Confidence. Right now, right here on stage, Empire.
Yes, good
Empire,
sir.
so nice to have you. So, okay, first of all, establish your nationality for us. If there's one.
Yes, it's multi. My mother is British. My father is Moroccan from the Kingdom of Morocco, which is Northwest Africa. And then I was raised by my stepfather, who's from Uganda and Yemen. So I was raised by a black man from East Africa. And yes, my mom is white. And yes, my father's North African.
So
brown.
Are you multiracial too?
I guess I'm multiracial too.
Okay. All right. So how did Jamaica become part of your life?
Well, Jamaica has been in my life since all the way back in 2001. 2001, 2002, I came to Jamaica to make a documentary about the Bobo Shanties and black supremacy, because story behind that, I left home when I was 16 to travel all over the Americas, the continent of the Americas. And I left with this theory that we Africans, along with the indigenous people, built the Americas.
Okay.
So I was gonna go live in every single place where Africans had an impact, from Argentina all the way to Mexico, all the way to Jamaica, all the way to Trinidad, everywhere. So I did. And then when I came to Jamaica, it was with that baggage, and then ended up at 7 Mile living with Billy Mystic from the Mystic Revealers.
Oh.
And then ended up in 9 Mile doing the documentary about the Bobo Shanties, and then meeting Kalanji, Sizzla, and so forth. And then my first album was recorded in Tough Gong in 2004 with Chinna Smith and Dean Fraser and Juba from Dubtonic Crew, big up yourself. Winta, who's keyboardist for Damian Marley and also the producer for Protege and Chronics right now. Stone. So that was my first album. And then my second album, I was here over at Penthouse and Grafton. And then my third album, Black Scorpio and this place and that place.
Your tour of the former colonies, slave colonies, was over when you came to Jamaica?
Once I reached Jamaica, I became Empire Isis. I was freestyling. I would be at 9 Mile with all young artists them, and they'd be like, you know, say you're a star, but you let go the camera there. You have to pick up microphone. And then I ended up in front of Sizzla, and he's a great inspiration, actually. He was on my second album. 2012, I moved to Jamaica.
Oh.
Yeah, because you can't be in dancehall.
So where was music
here.
In your life before that?
Tons. 5 albums.
Yes, before Jamaica.
No, before Jamaica, I wasn't Empire Isis or Empire I. My mother's a director, so I grew up in the theater.
Okay.
So I was always acting, singing, dancing.
Oh, so music was there, but not as a solo career per se.
Yeah.
So the career actually started in Jamaica.
Yes.
As an artist, as a recording artist.
Because of you guys.
Okay.
Straight up.
But your music isn't exclusively Jamaican music, is it?
No.
All right, talk about the other projects that you've worked on.
Well, I kind of relate to Sean Kingston, which is a kind of a mixture of pop, hip hop, and dancehall. So I rap, I chat, and I sing. My background was roots reggae. That's where I first started, but dancehall was always the thing that most made me passionate, you know, and dancehall always made me feel powerful, because I would end up at these freestyle shows, freestyle like events in New York, where actually Nicki Minaj back in the day, it's like 2006, 2007, where a dancehall artist would kill a hip hop artist. It's very hard for a rapper on a 4/4, you know, to beat a dancehall artist who comes in with melody and flow and style. It's like, I was always so impressed by that. So I knew that if I was to actually have dancehall to be something that I can make a living off of, that I would have to come to Jamaica. Jamaican people would have to get to know me, and then I would have to go deep, flow-wise, promo-wise, the road-wise, selectors, all that whole lifestyle that comes with dancehall that you have to understand.
Yes.
You know, so I do these other things. I do these big pop records and EDM records that are in CoverGirl commercials and video games, and I have a hip hop track, one of my biggest hits actually, called "Get Up on It," which is right now the promo song for HBO Girls, the biggest comedy on HBO.
Okay.
Back in the day, I didn't know how to be in dance hall and survive and make money and be able to continue being Empire, okay? So I just did what I could.
So your music is as diverse as
Yes.
your nationality.
Pretty much.
All right. So talk about you had an accident,
Massive
accident,
life
a
changing.
near-death
Yes.
experience, actually. How did you recover? How was that for you?
Well, believe it or not, some people don't believe it, but I'm actually still recovering.
You're still recovering?
Yes. I have 13.
Talk about the accident.
Okay,
It happened here in Jamaica.
It happened here in Jamaica. There's one every week or 2 weeks with someone who's very special to me. I like to go to Bath St. Thomas, to Lego to Kingston vibes, and just kind of fresh up the spirit and the soul. So it was 7 in the morning. We were driving back from Bath St. Thomas, and you know that area called Grandspan, which has this kind of zigzaggy. Yeah, well, in one of those we went around the corner and there was a huge truck in our lane, and almost kind of and then after that we smacked into a pole, and then I had to be rushed to Kingston Public Hospital, where I spent 2 days. God bless everyone at KPH who had your girls back, because I was not a very nice person during those 2 days, and I don't remember any of it. I had amnesia. So I had brain fractures. Like if you touch my skull, I have holes here. And I have lots of titanium in my head and in my forehead right now. 2 months ago, I had a titanium screw taken out of my forehead. Very, very happy about that. So yeah, my nose was broken. This arm was broken. I was in physiotherapy for 7 months. I had about 11 doctors. I was airlifted on a small jet to Canada, to the Montreal General Hospital, to get emergency surgery. So it was really, really intense. And just the way that I'm explaining it, I know that you guys hear the physical part of it, and it's so atrocious, the story. But to be honest, it's the psychological part that is much harder, because I'm someone who left home when I was 16, and I've traveled to 40 countries, and I've always gone like wherever I want, like whenever I want.
And this was last year,
This
2014, was it?
actually,
Or 13? When was
April, it happened April 26th. I was flown out April 29th, and my major surgery was May 10th, and then I had another surgery in October.
And we just had a similar, we lost a dancehall artist.
Yes.
In a similar kind of accident.
And it made me, what happened, God bless her soul, Jay Capri, who I'm also a huge fan of hers. It was something that psychologically, it actually kind of set me back, because it made me relive everything that I've gone through to get to this moment right now. Having lost a sister in a compadre, a comadre in dance hall, just a few months after what I went through, is very, very shocking. And I'm actually probably not quite still over it. I'm still psychologically working through a lot of stuff. I say that this accident actually just knocked me off my pedestal, and I'm reborn with a second lease on life, with a second chance. I wanted to come back to Jamaica and make sure to share my story and my experience with you Jamaicans, and see if we can uplift each other together on this new journey, which in 2016 I would definitely like to be part of, one of the people that brings dancehall to different places that it hasn't necessarily been. So I think that I'm a good ambassador for it. I think that people don't see the beauty of what is dancehall and on a lyricist level. You know, people who are out there watching this, if you're into things that are lyrical, study dancehall, okay? And I tell this to all the rappers, study dancehall, bro.
Did you start to get a negative from being called ISIS? Did it start to affect your career? Why you decided to change?
You know, a big artist yesterday told me, you know, you go have to let me call you ISIS little more because this empire I thing, I'm not dead yet. But yes, it did affect me slightly. I mean, you have to understand, I have a huge piece of my fan base that are in Africa. So to them, ISIS, you know, they know goddess, ISIS, Egypt, and ISIS, bad gangsters in Syria and Iraq. They know the difference. The problem is that I have a lot of fans in the US. So on my Facebook fan page, every once in a while, every couple of days, actually, since Donald Trump is really what made my thing worse. But every couple of days, they'd be like, Muslims, yes. I'm gonna blow you up, you raghead.
Oh yeah, you're getting
And then
threats?
so I would write back, oh, hi Steve, or hi Mark, you do realize I'm an artist, right? Check out my music, bless. And then they write back, oh my God, I love your music, you're so cool. And I'm like, God.
You had the name before
since 2002.
The Islamic State.
Yes,
Before they were named ISIS.
It's just that, you know, the beheadings on YouTube, that kind of, let's say their views got bigger than my views, and so our videos started getting mixed together, and that's not a good look.
So when when somebody looks you up,
yeah,
ISIS is popping up.
They're popping up.
Oh wow!
And I'm not about that. I'm not about violence. I'm not about separation. I am not about xenophobia. I'm not about religious fundamentalism. I grew up in a very religiously free family, very spiritual, very, as you said in your intro, multilingual, multi everything.
Multi-everything,
So
yes.
that's always been, I mean, I'm one of the few Arab or North African artists that you can see online who's actually even been to Israel. So sometimes I have my Senegalese or my Kenyan or my Lebanese writing me like, how come you went to Israel? And I'm like, because we are not our parents. We are a brand new generation and we stand for something new. So that me want to say to all of the Jamaicans, be proud of where you're from, because it makes me so fascinated that here I am on stage with Winford Williams.
And you speak all the languages, don't you?
Yes.
How many?
I speak 6 languages, and language is what shows people that you're respected their culture and that you're fascinated with what they do and with who they are. So this to me is my way to show, you know, Brasileiros or Colombiano, Venezolano, Argentino or Jamaican or Trini or a Mexicano, you know?
Right, stick a pin right there. Let's get to know a little bit more of your music right now. But still a top notch. Spend my own money, no need man for cash. Push my own key, girl placement, I catch. Some girl homeless and them every man smash. Call themselves a diva. Certain things girl I do for the achiever. Me rather wait upon time. I go freak out for mine. Quick keeping it real about that I'm a believer. The name is Confidence. That track. And the video is being released for the first time, I take it? Okay.
Right here with you on the cartwheel rhythm.
Ah.
Yeah.
Are people surprised about your dancehall credentials?
A lot.
They wouldn't look at you and know that you can do that, do they?
Not really. I don't know why. Why?
Because as you say, dancehall is a tough thing to do.
It is. It
you
is.
Know, and
it's a gladiator sport.
Yeah, it's tough, and you don't look Jamaican or anything. So,
what do I look like?
Well, you know, you look like European, a Caucasian European. Canadian fit, British fit.
Okay.
North African?
North African.
Sort of.
Pass for a couple of different places, right? But
all right, so where do you go from here now?
where do I go from here? Right now, building a buzz in Jamaica, releasing some different singles. I'll have a next single called Sekol Down coming shortly, and a video for it too. I have a next song called Beggy Beggy. These are all my dancehall specific. But then I also have some reggae, ska, EDM coming out for the European market. So just go to my soundcloud.com/EmpireI. Go to my youtube.com/ it's still Empire ISIS. We're working on it. It's taking some time. What I want right now is for Jamaican people to get to know me, and for me to get to know them a little more, and to make dancehall slightly more international in terms of more inclusive of other people.
So what are some of the pushbacks you've received trying to get into the Jamaican thing?
Well, as a woman, you're highly sexualized, okay? So in this business, I mean, men will approach you on that level at first. So you have to be very clear. And then that might not be pleasing sometimes to said person who might be like, no, I'm not gonna play your song. I have other ways that I can make my money, you know, with songs being in video games and commercials and TV shows and movies and stuff like that, which, thanks God.
But you are more settled and more accepted now, aren't you?
I mean, I can't speak for other people, but what I feel in my heart, I feel like I belong. I feel lovely here. I miss you all so much when I'm not.
Empire.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice to have you. Great story.
Absolute pleasure.
We want to wish you all the best with your music, and we hope you will be able to lift the music. I hope you can achieve your objective in spreading dancehall bigger and wider.
Thank you so much. And you do a wonderful job, and thank you for having me here today.
It's my pleasure. So there you have her right here on stage, Empire, our very special guest in this segment. Stay with us, still to come right here on stage, Mr. Kingston, Sean Kingston.
He ain't fly, no. He don't even drive, no. That's why you call him my
Hi, thanks for watching our video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking right here and enjoy so much more where that came from.
Can't wait for no other day. We are gonna make the link one away. One away. We are gonna love one away.